Hey everybody, this is Dustin from Your RV Specialist, and today I wanted to talk to you about American Technology Slide Out Lock. So what I wanted to talk about, this slide out lock is basically designed to help keep pressure against the sidewall of the coach and the sidewall of the flange. This can be stored up top, it can be expanded and installed down here on the sides. But this particular unit, the owner came in and said, hey, I recently went down a rough gravel road, and as we go down a road, all the dirt and stuff kicks up. So whether you're driving in the rain, driving in the road, a lot of times the suspension on the coaches will say they're kind of subpar. So what happens, and I'm going to show you here, is we're going to simulate like, hey, we're bouncing around on this RV going down the road. So watch how much this slide out moves. I mean, this moves the whole coach. I'm barely pushing on it. And so imagine all the shaking and vibration and jars. And this thing is going down a rough road. You're not only damaging the inside horseshoes, you're damaging the outside of the wall. You're damaging these flange moldings here. You've just seen all that movement in that ring. It's actually not just doing an in and out, but it's also doing an up and down motion. So it is basically creating friction. Like if my hands were rubbing back and forth, going down the road, just a small little amount, just, rubbing. When that's rubbing, it's creating damage and causing wear to your slide outs, to your D-bulb seals, as well as that long strip that's up top, the actual wiper strip. Now that's actually rubbing and banging. And that's where people come in and say, I don't understand why that molding came loose or why it fell off. This is just another example. So again, we're traveling in the coach, right? And I'm going to just barely push up on this. You can see how much this is jarring. That's causing damage and misalignment on everything on your coach. It's going to ruin your floor. It's going to gouge into the lino underneath the bottom. It's going to mess up the rollers. It's doing a number of things. And so we always say, wow, my RV didn't leak. Really? So what I wanted to show you is how to install this slide out lock. It's made by American Technology Components Inc. It's really simple to install. As you can see, there's these two push buttons here. We're going to push these two buttons and we're going to just expand this tube to the correct length that we need. And as you can see, I'm getting closer and closer to it. So I'm actually going to go back to this setting. Now, again, we want to keep this room from running out. So we're just going to spin these guys on both sides to get them to adjust where we want to place them. So once you get it started and you get it in place where you have it, then you can just simply twist the arms. And what's nice is when I'm doing this, it's counterclockwise on these, so they're going to expand. Now let's pretend again we're going down the road. Now I can't pick up this room and move it. It's permanently fixed. So it's basically supported like if I'm pushing up against it. So they got a rubber pad on both sides. And again, this is just keeping like light pressure to it. Now you can put them on the sides if you wish to. The only thing I worry about is if you do go over some kind of rough roads, like really extremely rough, that they can maybe shift and slide down. If you're able to get to the backside, what I would recommend doing is just installing them in here. And so the heads too are made so that they pivot. And as you can see, I'm actually putting tension on both sides. Now again, you don't want to over crank these so that it's causing damage to the flange or damage to the wall. Again, this is just a prop. It's just to put pressure to keep this whole room from shaking. But now, I can push all day long and it's not going to do anything. So it's going to be perfect. Hey, Dustin, so how do I measure for my slide out lock? Well, there's a couple things to keep in mind. Every slide out in your coach is different. And the distance between the wall and what we refer to as the back of the horseshoe, every distance is different. So there's 3 different slide out lock sizes. You want to again measure the distance of each slide out, and you want to make sure that that slide out lock is going to fit between the compressed and extended length of that room.
for proper fit.